Hello you guys, this is Samir and welcome again on my YouTube tutorial channel, that is the Solution Hub. If you didn't subscribe at my channel, then click on the subscribe button to get latest coding updates. So we are learning the web development using HTML and CSS. So in the previous classes we have learned about the table and we have discussed about the table with creating a chessboard. So this is day 8 and we have to learn about form, how to create a form, what is the use of form. Actually this is used to create a contact form, login form, comment box, and select option, drop down option. These all things can be created by the form. Okay, so this is an example. We will see with an example. This is an example to create a form. So let me show you the result of this form. So this is the form, and this is the selecting option. This is also selecting option with radio method, and this is the comment box, and this is checked option, and this is submit button. So this is very important to create a web pages. You can see over any website there are one thing, that comment box is there, selecting option is there, and name and email, it's mean detail, or contact form is there, or login form is there. So this is very important, so focus on the tutorial. So yeah, let me explain one by one. How to create a form? There is a form element. This is the form element with the opening and closing tag, and form element actually carry a method and an action. uh, Always carry a method and action. Action means what? Action should be with your link, and after that here is the method. And method form can be sent using one of two method, get or post. So here is the method have two method, get or post. So I'm not going to deeply, so it will be too deep, you guys will confuse. So I'll leave this action method. So simply know with that form have two option. One is the action and second is the method have two method. One is post and get. So method form is an element with opening and closing, and under that form is the input. You guys can see here is the input. What is the input here? Here where I have typing my name or email, that box called the input. Okay, so input box, that is the input box actually. So here input, and here I have to explain that size. What is the size? The size attribute should not be used or on new forms. It was used to older form to indicate the width of the text input. It is actually as width, you can call it as a width. And here is the maximum length. Here is the maximum length is 100 character. Okay, so I cannot, maximum length means what? I cannot put, this is, you can see now that, wait a minute, now it's typing, right? And now this is stop working because the 100 length is completed. So this is why we use the maximum length 100. And after that here is the BR. This is used for the break a line. If I remove for example, if I remove, okay, if I remove this break and save this and see the changes, it will be coming over here. So you can see it will not break a line. So break BR is used as a break line. Okay, now fine. So here input, I was explaining about input. Here in input, here is a type and text. What is the type? Actually type it to it, it will tell you about the what type of this input is here. If I you can see over here, there are, I have written here type email, type text. What happens if I create another label, name as a password, and type here, type change as a password. Okay, and now save this and refresh this. Okay, another input box has been created, which is password box. And now let me write something in the password box. You can see this is in the password form, that will not visible, right? If suppose if I change the type option as a text, okay, it's mean it will appear. Let me refresh and now type in the box. You can see it will be appear. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so this is the input. In the input you have input open tag, and to close, if you want to close the input tag, then click on the last uh, space and click on the forward slash. It will be automatically close. So input contains automatically a close tag with a forward slash space and forward slash before the closing angle bracket. So here input option input element has been explained. So if you have doubt about any about input, then you can drop your comment below in comment box. So here one thing I forgot to explain here, field set. What is the field set actually? If you focus on this page, and I'm going to remove the field set. Sorry, I'm going to remove the field set. Okay, now remove and save this and see the changes. This border will disappear. Okay, see the first one, the border will has been disappear. So field set actually create a field with a border. Okay, so this is the use of field set. So this is there is nothing to more explain. So here one more thing I forgot, legend. What is the legend text? Actually this text is used to as a heading or as a title. The title is better to understand. This text, this tag element is used for the title. For example, I am going to um, create a form, right? Sign in form. Then we have to create a listen with a sign in form with as a heading, as a title. The audience should know about what you are creating. So this is the listen element use. So after that, here is the label. Why we create the label? Label actually create to give another title for what input box has been created, right? You can see over here the name. After name, here is the input box, right? So the name is created by the label, and after that you can create your input box. So label is used to define your input box, and here break is used to create a break line. So come down, and on and again the field set. Okay, so leave the field set. Listen, I have explained it about your review. You can see your review. Okay, so your review used as a title, right? Okay, so come down. I will explain it later why we have used for and why we have used id when we start css learning. So then I will explain it about for and id tag. Okay, so select option, come on the select option. What is the select option? You can see here, this is the select option. So select tag. So select tag allows user to select one option from a drop down list. You can see this is the drop down list, and if I said friend, you can see if I choose advert, other, Google, right? So select option allows the user to select one option from drop down list. Okay, so here this is the select option. Select and option, ये नेम से ही लग रहा सेलेक्ट एंड ऑप्शन कि इसमें एक सेलेक्ट होगा एंड ऑप्शंस होंगे. So here is the select as an element. We have to get the select. Don't worry, if I remove this, save this, you can see there will be no changes. Okay, so don't be here, remove the for, you guys will confuse. Okay, so don't be confused. For an id, I will show the uses of for and id in css. So here, select and option. First, to create a select box, you have to create a select item, select a element with opening and closing, and under the select we have to create the options. For example, I want to create another option. Then I have to use the option element with the value, give the value as a Facebook. Facebook. Now save these and change. See the changes. You can see the another box is created, Facebook, right? So select option is created, Facebook. So this is the method to use select to create a select box. Okay. So come down and can see the use of paragraph I have told you already. So label I have told you already. So here you can see as I said that there is a lot of type of input box. Here I have created an input box, and here created a radio means what? You can see the check option. Would you visit again? Yes, no, and maybe. If I click on this, yes, no, maybe. So this is the checking box. What I'm going to checking on that, maybe, no, and yes. This is the radio option. Okay, so this is the radio option. And don't be confused with value and name. Value is important because you should give a value. Okay, so don't be confused in name. If I remove the name, there will be no changes. So this is actually why we give the name actually, because when sometime uh, browser doesn't support, then name will help you what you have created. So that's why we have give the name here. So this is the use of radio. So under the input, there are many type of tag here. So one thing, text, then email, then password, then radio, then number. There are many things. If I one thing, if I want to create another label here and put it and give a type of number, right? Number and your mobile number. Okay, now save this and see the changes. Another type of box is created. Now here in the number, I can't write any word. If I write the number, you can see it will be allow you to enter. So if you want to type a alphabets, then it does not allow you to enter the alphabet. So it's only allow you to create a number. You can see. And here one more thing, 1 minus 1 0. Click on the upper part, click on the lower part to go down. You can see. So this is use of type and input text. So with the type, input and type, you can create many things. So here one thing, I want to create one thing with a date. Here one more type of input. So just copy, and here just paste it and date. This is very interesting. Date. Just click on the just save this and click to the refresh. You can see. So this is the date option. You can see. the date of 25 today, so right. So you can go down, go backward, all calendar will appear on your web page. So this is the method to create an input and text box with the different type of type data. So input always matter a type, what type of you are creating a box. Okay, so don't be confused. If you have any question about that, you can ask in the comment box. Okay, so here the type of radio I have told you about that, and come down another part, that is comment box. You can see here is the comment box. I can enlarge, dislodge. Okay, so here you can create a comment. So this is very important, comment is very important to create a web page. So on the last of web page you can see every post or every web pages you have seen that there is a comment box to create a comment, right? So this is very important. So under the comment box, come down. So to create a comment box here, first I have created a label. Why we have created a label? To give a title as a comment name. Here you can see as a title name comments. So and now I'm going to create a text area. Text area is the method to create a comment box, right? So here text area is an element, and I have created a row as a 4 row and column. Okay, so you cannot comment with the with extra of row 4 row and extra of 40 columns. So you can give your specific choice as a 50 row, 8 rows and 50 columns. So here another ID, so remove this, you guys will confuse. Okay, now save this and see the changes. See, so this is the method to create a comment box. Comment box can be created with the text area, opening tag, and text area, closing tag. Okay, so here you can give your size for your comment box, row and inner row and column size. Okay, so another level to create title, and here I have created another type of input. Here you can see input type checkbox. You can see over here the checkbox, right? To create a checkbox. Okay, many times you have seen in the terms and condition, you have accepted that the terms and condition, then you should you have to put the checkbox, then you can continue, right? So this is created by the input type checkbox, type submit, type checkbox. Okay, so here name cannot be leave that. And so here we have created a submit button, right? You can see here submit review. So this submit button can be styled with CSS, so don't worry about that, you can make a better button. So here value here given submit review. Okay, so here your field set closed and your form has been completed. So if you have any question about that, you can ask me. Okay, so let me explain it once again from the beginning. So here form, to create any form you want, if you want to create a form, contact form, login form, whatever you want to create, just you have to use the form element with opening and closing form. Okay, now if you want to set a field set like this border, you can see the border, then you should use the field set. If you don't want to create a field set, then remove the field set, right? Now come to the listen. The listen element is used to give a title in your field set. Okay, if you don't want to use the field set, then remove this and don't use the listen. Okay, wait, save this and now refresh this. So don't use, if you don't want to use this field set border, then don't use the legend part. Okay, so it is much better to use the field set. So now come to the point label. 5, use the label. If I remove this input, this will not come. Remove this, save this, and see the changes. Okay, name, under the name title there is no any input box. So to create an input box and give a name, for example you want to create a sign in form or contact form, then you have to create the name, first name, last name. So the name, after name you have to create a box, right? So to create, to give a name, you have to create a box. Okay, so sorry, you have to make a label element. Okay, so now come to the br dash and the forward slash. It is used to create a break line. So again label, come down. Now input, let me explain about the input. The input tag contains a type, basically contains what it contains. I will explain. Input tag element contains a type tag, element tag, name tag, size tag, max min length tag, can be id tag, can be class tag. There are many type of. So here is the main thing, that type tag, what type of your input you are creating, right? If you want to create an email box, then input type should be email. If you want to create a password box, then you have to create type of password. If you want to create an email, it should be, if you want to create a text, then type should be type box, text box. If you want to create a mobile number box, then you have to create a type number. If you want to create a data box, date box, then you have to create type date. If you want to create a checkbox, then you have to create input type checkbox, right? So here your field set has been closed, and now create a break line. Now again here you can see I have created another field set, right? So create another field set and break line and field set, sorry, here field set created, and here listen, listen name, title name, and here I have created the paragraph. So if you want, if you don't want to create a paragraph, then remove this. Okay, so yeah, now another option, another element is the select option, select and option. So to create a select, what is the select here? The select option is here. To selecting an option, select option means what? Selecting an option, right? So select option, to create a select option, there is a opening select and closing select. Under the opening and closing select there is the option. Okay, so you can create your option, friend, Google friend, advert, other, Facebook, like that. Okay, so come down, and here input type radio, this is also selecting with another type, uh, differences. Okay, another type, yes, no, maybe. So to choose an option, to choose an option, there is a, there is a method to create input box with a type of radio. This is important. Okay, so come down. If I remove this and create a checkbox, now refresh this. Now you can see there is a checkbox has been created. So here is one thing, in the input you can create a radio or you can create a checkbox. So I think radio is the better looking in looking. So the label, okay, label. So now come down, and here the come to the point as a text area. So text area is used to create a comment box, used to create a comment box with using text area element. And under text area there is two thing, two main thing, that is rows and columns. Okay, and here many tag, that is id, class, to style with css. So forget it, focus on this. So here input again with type of checkbox, and now field set close, form close, and body closing tag, html closing tag. So this was the basic of creating a form. In the next video we will see to create a login form and a contact form with html. So stay with me. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe if you didn't subscribe it. So see you soon, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.